SMG mounted and loaded!
Hello and welcome to this installment of Chanka News Network. This week is jam-packed with news, so I've got a lot to cover. Firstly, Ubisoft has released a huge 19GB data dump featuring stats from the Velvet Shell season. The data dump includes a bunch of information including the amount of wins, kills, deaths, weapons used, gun attachments used and a lot more. There is really a ton of information. On top of this, Ubisoft has also released a post looking at the pick rate throughout the season for the new operators Jackal and Mira. An update to the hostile takeover of Ubisoft by Vivendi. The Guillemot family have increased their shares to 13.6% of Ubisoft to try and combat the takeover. Because of this, they now own 20% of the voting power within Ubisoft. They still have a way to go, however, as Vivendi still owns 27% of the company. Over the last week, I've seen a lot of frustrated comments about the Siege servers going down. Whilst I agree it's frustrating the servers keep going down, Ubisoft has actually been a target of multiple DDoS attacks, so in this particular instance it's not their fault. As well as this, Serenity has returned to YouTube once again. He uploaded a video discussing why he was away. Serenity has been dealing with depression. He's not been eating properly, not sleeping properly, and a whole host of other issues. He says in the video that he's back for now, however, and he's looking after himself. He will also be expanding the game he plays on his channel to stop him getting burnt out. Good luck to Serenity. Finally, for general news, Y2S2 posted a comment on the subreddit discussing hit registration issues. A link to the post will be in the description, but a quick summary of the post is that a bug has been found that causes bullets not to be registered, as well as there is still issues with the camera not replicating what happened properly. Moving on to esports news. Top news this week is that Pro League will be expanding to Asia and Oceania. The league will be split up into 4 sub-regions, which are Japan, South Korea, Southeast Asia, and Australia and New Zealand. The best 2 teams of each of these regions will go to Australia on October 21st and fight it out on LAN. The 2 best teams of this will go to Season 3 Finals. This is great news for the competitive Siege scene, and just last week I was talking about how I'd like to see the Australian scene grow, and now we get both Australia and Asia. Because of this change, the prize money for Season 3 has been up to $275,000. As well as this huge news, it was announced that the Year 2 Season 2 Finals will be held at Gamescom in Cologne. A downside to this is that all the Gamescom tickets are sold out, so if you was planning to go, it's unlikely you'll be able to. However, for the Siege scene, it will hopefully give it a big boost as there will be many spectators at the event. Not only this, but the Season 3 Finals will be in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The invitations are also confirmed to be returning in February, once again in Montreal, and the prize money for the invitationals will be $500,000. That means the total prize money of this year will be $1.25 million. Speaking about the Australian pro scene, the team Mindfreak, who attended the invitationals as the Pacific Xbox team, have written a post on their website about the transition from Xbox to PC. It's a short article, and I don't think most people agree with everything they say, but it is a very interesting read nevertheless. ESL has uploaded the pictures from the Year 1 Season 1 Finals. A link to them will be in the description for anyone interested. This week we also saw the organisation Ferocity close its doors. The Siege team are involved in both Pro League and CCS League, but their organisation has said that they will help their teams find new organisations to move to before they fully close their doors. Moving on to Pro League. In Pro League this week, we saw Flipside go against Excellence, with Excellence taking the win 2-0. Following this, we saw Omen go against Continuum, with Continuum taking the win 2-1. On Tuesday, we saw BRK go against Santos Dexterity, with Santos taking the win 2-0. After this, we saw Nox go against Merciless Gaming, with Nox taking the win 2-0. On Thursday, we saw Playing Ducks go against Penta, with Penta taking the win 2-0. Finally, this week, we saw French team Supremacy take on Vitality, with Supremacy taking the win 2-1. In the Challenger League, Planet Key Dynamics faced off against Quantum Gaming, with Planet Key Dynamics taking the win 2-1. Following this, the Russian teams No Names and Room Factory faced off against each other, with Room Factory taking the win 2-0. And in the American Challenger League, Evolution went against Saw Gaming, with Saw Gaming taking the win 2-1. And finally, Onslaught took on Equinox, taking the win 2-1. I don't have the scores for the CCS League this week, but I've talked to the organisers of it, and hopefully they'll be implementing a score counter on their website for each match. Therefore, I'll be able to report on all matches, including the off-stream one. As well as the usual leagues, we have a new tournament from Vivid Esports. A link to the sign up will be in the description. Entry is free and the winner will get $50. The tournament will begin next Friday. Also, an update to an earlier installment. The Lazy Lad Gaming Tournament on PS4 will be drawing to a close this Saturday. The final 2 teams will be Lazy Lad Gaming vs Girl Scouts, and it will be casted by Emzo. Moving on to fashion news. This week, we got some more charms that are available from the Ubisoft Club. Firstly, we got the birthday charm for Glaz, and this is available for winning 10 rounds with the Russians. And secondly, we got the Canada Day charm. The charm is similar to the Russian one we received a few weeks ago, but features the maple leaf in the centre. The charm is very similar to World War II insignia used by Canada in the Air Force, but I'm not sure if this is just a coincidence. We also received the Scorched Headgear bundle for all SAS operators. The bundle is 35,000 renown if you don't have a season pass. Finally, we have the Loretta bundle for Capital. The bundle features the Loretta headgear and uniform, the Shaman charm, and the Esperanza skin for the MG. This bundle is a bit odd as it's not showed up in the bundle section or buying it separately for Capital yet, so I'm not sure if it's actually released, but they announced it as released. Now, just before I wrap up this week's video, I've created a Patreon for the channel, which you can find in the description. If you have any ideas for awards, please let me know, and thank you in advance if anyone is willing to support me. I will also be creating a Discord very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and remember,
Chanka will always stand by you.